was thinking about the idea of closure today and how much of a lie it actually is, especially when you're grieving a person who is still alive. We are taught that grief has an end date, but when you're mourning a parent who's still there but doesn't recognize you, or a partner who became a stranger, maybe through chronic illness, a mental health struggle, or even addiction, there's no end date. The door is always a little bit open, and that's actually the part that hurts the most. It's a tiny bit of hope that paralyzes you. Today, I want to talk about how we can actually live in the middle ground and how to stop waiting for a version of someone to come back and start taking care of the version of you that has been left behind. The hardest part about this isn't even the loss itself. It's the waiting. When someone is physically present in the world, your nervous system stays in this high alert mode. You're always subconsciously waiting for the phone to ring, for them to have a moment of clarity, or for the apology that never comes. Essentially, you're living in a permanent waiting room. And the thing about waiting rooms is that you can't start your life while you're still in them because basically you're on pause. I've come to realize that the first step to coping with this isn't getting over the person. It's about giving yourself permission to leave the waiting room. It's acknowledging that you can love them and still decide that you are not going to spend the rest of your life waiting by the door. I see this a lot in my practice. People feel like they are not allowed to be sad because nothing technically happened. You think because they are still alive, I should be fine, but you are not. Your heart doesn't care about technicalities. If the person who used to be your anchor is gone, you are shipwrecked. It doesn't matter if they are still breathing, you're mourning a connection, a future, and a history. And when you tell yourself that your pain doesn't count, you're only just adding a layer of shame to an already broken heart. We have to stop comparing our grief to physical death to see if it's valid. It's valid because it hurts, period. So, how do we actually handle the day to day? It's about moving away from the either or thinking. We think we either have to have hope that they will get better or give up on them. But those two are extremes that will leave you exhausted. The middle ground is both or and, which we spoke about in the last video. It's the ability to say, I both love my sister and I have to accept that I can't have a relationship with her right now. It sounds small, but that word and it's what lets the steam out of the pressure cooker. It allows you to be compassionate towards them without sacrificing yourself. We are allowing two messy truths to exist at the same time. Ultimately, coping with a living loss means you have to give yourself closure. You can't wait for them to give it to you. Maybe that looks like an internal boundary whereby you stop checking their social media. Maybe it looks like a literal ritual whereby you box up the things and put them in the attic, not because you hate them, but because you need the space in your room to breathe. And I know your brain will try and convince you that you're putting on them. No, you're not putting on them. You are choosing to stop being a casualty of their struggle. You are deciding that your life is allowed to be beautiful, even if this one part of it is profoundly sad.